Yo, what's up everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer. And we're here with yet another G.I. Joe Classified Series action figure review. And we're looking at the Ralph Nunchuck Baraducci. Yeah, Baraducci. That's a real ninja name right there, I tell you. Good job there, Hasbro. No, but we are looking at Nunchuck. And this figure literally just got dropped off at my house like 15 minutes ago. And so I just really barreled downstairs and I just got everything set up just for you guys. I really want to appreciate everyone who came and watched the Tunetank live unboxing. Still trying to get somebody to help me out with the Deathsaurus one, so we'll see when that happens. But, okay, anyway, we're here to talk about Nunchuck. And again, awesome arts. Here we got his stats on the back. He is 6'1". Me being 5'6" would never make it into G.I. Joe. And he's got some really cool gear. I really cannot wait to get my hands on this guy. So, enough about the box. I already started pulling the tape off. Haven't opened them up yet. So, let's get this figure out and see if this guy is back up to standard. Okay, so I just took this guy right out of the box. And now, it is cold here. Right now, it is currently 38 degrees right now. And this guy was in a truck. You know, it was cold, below freezing this morning. But I gotta point out, while this knee is tough, this knee right now is so bad. It is so frozen. Now try to get it down here. Okay, I got this one going. But if I try to get the other knee to move, this just popped right off. Yeah. So this is not a good start. I'm going to hit this with a hairdryer real quick, and hopefully we can have some more fun with this. But this is not cool. Whoo doggy. So yeah, that was a little bit of a fight here. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you can see here, there's like a little bit of... I don't know if that's plastic stress or what. But the knee was definitely fused, and I was able to finally break it. There was something, I don't know if it was glue that was in there or what, but I did hit with a hairdryer, but I did actually feel something pretty much have to break through. But now the knee is working. Because of how the leg was, I did put a couple drops of Kiki in here, so we'll see hopefully how that works out in the next couple days. But this is Nunchuck is not too bad. You know, he's a great looking design. We'll definitely say that. Kind of simplistic. I want to say he's pulling for the gi top is pulling from Kamakura. I want to say, or Snake Eyes. I've got them boxed up right now, so I have to do a double check on that. He is pinless, which is always nice, so he's not using one of the older bucks. And I do like his gear, though his harness, I'm trying to see if that's a reuse. I'm trying to remember what that's from. His colors, I mean, the camo looks good. It looks like something that a Valorverse troop builder would come in. So, you know, you'd get that figure, and then you'd put gear on top of it. So it's cool, but basic all at the same time. I really think he could use more paint. He could use more color. Because the armor and everything, it looks okay, but it's boring. I mean, it's just all this flat gray. You know, I'm not sure what I would have done, but I would have wanted something. Like from the grenade, some paint on the grenade, the pouches. Just, I don't know, it's very bleh. But as you can see here, he's got sheath for the knife, 2 more sheaths over on his hips, and then also probably this is to hold his aforementioned nunchucks in the back. And so I haven't gotten to his accessories yet, but so he definitely has gear, and I'm hoping that's going to help him out. But overall, as a figure, it is definitely a very generic ninja that seems okay. Before I talk about the accessories, I do want to talk about his articulation because, namely these shoulders, these elbow armor bits prevent him from getting into a proper T-pose. And that definitely kind of annoys me. I think they should have made this as 2 pieces of plastic, or at least cut there so this would have gotten some flexibility, because that really does limit your options. And this is a ninja. Ninjas that want to be able to do all kinds of cool things. So I don't know if I want to maybe take a knife and cut this a little to give it a place to fold. Because I mean, I can push it up here, but it just doesn't look good bunching up. Like almost, yeah. I mean, everything else is basic. Very, very, very basic. Got the old ab crunch, no ball joint in there. Got the drop down hips, which is always good, so he can kick up to here. And he's got the ninja footies, so that's always nice. But so I've got I know most people are probably going to be putting him with the claws, and we'll talk about those in a minute. But the reason I want to put him with the nunchucks is they've got a smaller grip on them. And I was actually afraid he would have the same problem that Buzzer had of not being able to hold the smaller objects. And I am very pleasantly surprised that he's got a pretty decent grip on these guys. Now, that being said, with the exception of the swords here, which we'll get to in a second, everything is gray. I mean, everything. The claws here. Oh, everything though did come out straight. I should point out, nothing was warped. But the claws here, gray. The nunchucks, gray. The knife, gray. The swords here, we get a little bit. We got the silver on the blade, which this is a really cool sword, by the way. We'll talk about. I cannot wait to get into this. But got the olive colored grip, and then the gray handle. So that has a little bit of color, but everything here is so bloody drab. I don't know. This guy could have used some life to it. I mean, I wish I could paint. I mean, I know I could, but if I paint these chains silver, as soon as they start to flex, I know that paint will flake right off. I mean, I think these should have been done in a silver plastic with then the handles painted on or something, you know, just to give it some life. I mean, since the blades are silver, it's not gonna kill the motif. Same with the claws here. But I mean, and these nunchucks are definitely on the smaller side. My daughter actually uses nunchucks, believe it or not, so I know they're supposed to have a little more range than this. And so when they're kind of like stiff like this, they look more like floppy batons. But at least they kind of do the trick. I'm sure if I have them in storage, in the actual storage spots, they'll probably warp into a bent shape. So when I have them out there, they'll look a little better. But yeah, these do store on the back of his belt, right down here. I don't know if it's better to have them up vertically or horizontally, but they can store back there. Oh, while I'm back here, giggity, he's got a hole in the back of his head for like a bandana piece, which he does not have. Just thought that was unusual. I don't know sure what they're going to reuse this for, but just thought that was interesting. He's got that plugged in there. Okay, quick edit I have to drop in here. He does have a headband that I found that on the floor. This actually felt, when I opened up the accessories, it bounced onto the floor. And it wasn't listed as an accessory piece. But I was looking at the box, I'm like, it shows he's got a headband. So he does have one. It's on a ball socket here. So it does kind of pop out a little easy. And it's also in this lovely drab gray. So you do have something to plug into the back of his head to give him a little bit of motion, which does kind of give a little more personality to him, I guess. I'm not saying it saves the figure, but it definitely gave a little bit more life to it, at least. Okay, back to your normal review. While we're here, we got the claws. Again, these just slip over the hands. flip them around the fingers here, and they grip and they're pretty good, and these look actually really very good shredder, very shredder-like. And I think these definitely look better than the Nunchucks, but the man's name goes by Nunchuck, so go figure. Giving him his swords, these look pretty good. Again, the olive green definitely helps on them. This has a slightly looser grip than the Nunchucks, believe it or not. But these look pretty good with him. And all his hinges, his wrist hinges are the vertical ones, so that makes it really good for having the sword going for a slice down or with the Nunchucks, so I do like that a lot. Only problem with that with the cat claws, I usually like to have them, you know, an in and out motion for more of a slash. So that's just me though. And while I got it here, let's go ahead and take this out and see how does he hold the dagger, which he holds. That's very. I can get that. Okay, that's actually not a bad grip. That's not a bad grip at all. So, also want to point out his weapon storage. I'm trying to get the Nunchucks to fit in these back loops, which they don't very well. But I did notice. Can I bring this camera up close here? I'm not sure if it picks out here. The ends of the Nunchucks, I think they're lion heads, which I think are really cool, but again, being in this drab gray plastic, you can't enjoy that little detail. You know, I think if these were silver here, silver tips there, and maybe like a brown or some kind for the Nunchuck handle, or even black, that would have just given it that little bit of life. Or heck, keep this gray and just have these handles painted the same olive green, and that, I think, would have absolutely given some life. I think that's what I would have done. I would have painted these handles olive green. Same with the straps here. Left this be gray, so at least kind of gave it some continuity. And same with the grip on the knife. That, I think, would have done really well. But, as I said, the Nunchucks, I can't seem to get them to fit back here. And he has no storage for the claws either. So, I guess he'll use these guys and then just drop them in battle, I guess? I don't know. And I think he should have come with some kind of long-range weapon, even just a pistol. He's got all this close combat, but he's got no kind of long-range offense except for a grenade. So he's got one shot for that. And here's your money shot. Wait, that didn't sound right. But, okay, so, full disclosure, I was able to get the Nunchucks into his back belt. So, it took a little effort, but they did get in there. And when Knuckles first appeared on a pre-order, I tried to snag him as fast as I could. You know, it was a cool-looking ninja. He had the claws and everything else to it. In hand, he's not a bad figure. He's not my worst figure by far. In fact, I said, Buzzer was much more of a disappointment than this guy is. I mean, he's just generic. He's boring. I mean, I know Knuckles wasn't a big character in the comics or in the cartoon or anything. And if you're when you're building your Joe display, he'll look good when you eventually get Jinx and next to Kamakura and Snake Eyes and all the ninjas. He's definitely going to add to your ninjas. He is a ninja. He is a very ninja-y ninja. He's just not an exceptional one. The knee thing itself, that really started things off on a negative vibe. The drab colors, I can't get excited about it. I mean, his overall design's pretty cool. He casts a good silhouette. I mean, like I said, this is a really decent action pose. He just doesn't grab me, like Agent Helix did. She had something. Buzzer, we need to strip away his gear as a figure himself. He's actually definitely has a lot of personality. Heck, when I was handling General Hawk, he actually really impressed me. I'll eventually get to that review. I brought the Killmonger figure over here real quick because I wanted to show see like how the grenades are painted? You know, his gear, I mean, I know it's an MCU figure, so they get that little extra bit of love, but something like that would have really gone a long way with a figure like this. Painting the buckles and such. You know, someone once said you can only put like 3 colors of paint or something on a figure. I mean, yeah, I got a little bit of the face color, but the gear and all that stuff could have gotten just a little bit of love. Pick him up if you want him. He's not an essential cast member. I'd maybe get one. I don't know if I'd army build him unless you're really good at painting and finding a way so he doesn't scuff up. So, I mean, I'd give this figure, if I was giving him a grade, a B minus, C plus. I mean, he's just so... yeah. I'm not disappointed. I'm just not wowed, if that makes sense. So, I may get at least 1 or 2 pictures out of him. I don't know. But this guy isn't like inspiring me for photographic greatness like Helix was, for example. So, let me know your thoughts. You know, that's what that area down below is. Did you get him? Were you blown away by him? Did this make you want to cancel your pre-order? Did this say, oh my gosh, I need to have him? I really don't think you do, but hey, that's just me. Let me know down below though. Hit that like button, and of course, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. I still got a lot of cool stuff to review. I got a backlog that's gonna keep me going all the way through Christmas break. Let me know what you want to see down below, and as always, until next time, take care. Peace.